Scorpio, what if your career could actually fulfill your soul instead of draining it? In this reading, we are uncovering your core strength, your deepest motivator, and the impact that you are here to make so you can align your work, your money, and your wealth with your true purpose. Hi, Scorpio. I'm Heather. This is Dogstar Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the pack. Today's reading is all about purpose, specifically how your career, money, and long-term wealth are connected to your soul's mission. This is a reading for those of you who know you were meant for more meaning, more alignment, and more fulfillment in the work that you do and the abundance that you create for yourself. We will be working with 9 cards in this reading, but the first 3 we are going to be using to make some kind of a purpose statement. So I encourage you to stay to the end. Those first 3 cards are your core strength, your motivating value, and your ideal impact. This is about aligning your ambition with your intuition and stepping into purpose-driven success. So take a breath, set an intention, and let's see what the cards reveal. Scorpio, one more shuffle, and then we will start pulling some cards here for you. Okay, so this first card here, pay attention to the first 3 because this is part of that purpose statement that you will be creating if you want to at the very end of this. And this one here represents your core strength. So this is what skill or trait do you consistently bring to your work or service. And then next one here is your motivating value. This card here is your ideal impact. This one here is your current role. This one here is your purpose pulse. Love that, the sun. This one here is your growth edge. This one here is your support system. And this one here, which I'm going to pull a clarifier for that, this one here is your next action. And this final one here is your legacy vision. Okay, so I am going to give this another little bit of a shuffle, and I do want to pull a clarifier here for your support system. Although I have a feeling I know what this means, and okay. Okay, that kind of clarified it for me. Okay, so Scorpio, your core strength. So this is the trait or skill or gift that you consistently bring to your work or service, and you have the Knight of Cups. No surprise there. You are a water sign, Scorpio. Your intuition is like bang on. You are very in tune and in touch with your emotions. They run extremely deep. There's intensity to them, and this is the Knight of Cups. This is you taking action with emotional and intuitive energy. So this is really your strength. It is trusting those hunches. It is trusting that, trusting your emotions. When something feels off, you know to trust that gut instinct. And that is the skill that you really, or trait that you bring into your work that helps you and gives you that advantage. So that is your core strength, is really that intuition, that, and it's not even just intuition and emotions, it's also like this, you have this keen insight that can, like no other can compare to. And like understanding the deep psychology and motivating factors behind the things that other people do. You just know it, you intuit it. Yeah, so that really is your key strength. And then your motivating value here with the King of Pentacles, part of this is about stability. It's building something that's going to have long-term potential and staying power. So this is the principle or value that drives you to contribute and show up, is that you want to create a legacy. You want to create something that is going to have structure and form to it and is going to it can potentially also be of value to others, yourself and others, monetarily speaking, or through resources, because it is Pentacles energy. But this again just has this element of staying power, and that's what motivates you. Is you want to create something that is not only significant but is purposeful. So it's not a fly-by-night kind of thing. It is something that is stable and purposeful and can help people and yourself. And then here in your ideal impact, you've got the 6 of Wands. I mean, this generally in a normal reading would represent like accolade success. The ideal impact is the kind of change or result that you feel called to create in the world. And with it being the 6 of Wands, it's really, you want your hard work to be of value. You want to be of service in some way. You don't want things to just stay as is. You want to have an impact that is going to benefit multiple people and the people around you, and that is what you're really called to create. Something that helps people really understand their motivations, their goals, their passions. Because again, this is also Wands energy, and that's the area of passions, desires, creativity. So you also want people to learn how to tap into their own creativity as well as your own, and that is your impact that you want to make. It's using your creativity in a way that adds value to others and the world at large. Your current role here, you have the King of Swords. So I feel like your current role, so this is how your current job, your study path or project that you could be working on. So it's not necessarily your career, it could be a project that you're working on as well, is either aligning or misaligning with your purpose. So for some of you, it helps you really, with the King of Swords, your current role could allow you to actually, think and use your mind and go into the deep recesses of the mind where other people don't want to go and tread, and understand things, like really understand how things work, what makes people tick. So multiple things like that, investigative type energy. So for some of you, you are actually engaged in that. For others of you who don't feel aligned, that's what's lacking, is this ability to like really thoroughly understand things, investigate things. So things that go like the sciences, psychology, anything like that, process of how to do things. That is something that you could be missing if you're feeling like you are not aligning. It's not because you're not in a position that doesn't allow you to kind of like get into the deep workings of something or people. And that is something that you definitely crave. And then we get into your growth edge. I liked seeing, sorry, not your growth edge, your purpose pulse. Your purpose pulse is where your energy is most alive and most aligned right now, and you have the sun. And when I see the sun in this reading, especially in this position, where you feel most alive is where you get to take ownership of what you're doing, and you get to be that leader. You get to take center stage. So it's not working behind the scenes where you're hidden, and your work that you're doing doesn't get acknowledged. No, you need to be front and center. You need to be getting recognized for the work that you're doing. That's where you feel most alive and most aligned with what you're doing. And it's taking ownership of what you do, and getting to also make the decisions on what you do and how you do it. And that's how you will find that purpose pulse. And then now we get into the growth edge here. So this is what skill, mindset, or habit will help you grow to your next level. And you have the card of reciprocity. This is the Six of Pentacles. So this is giving and receiving. So this is making sure that there's balance. So this is the skill or mindset or habit is making sure that there's balance. So balance of exchange of energy, of services, of goods. And so making sure that either you're not getting the short end of the stick or someone else is getting the short end of the stick. It's also understanding that what goes around comes around. And that's one of the mindsets that you can also be gravitating towards for that growth edge, is what goes around comes around. So always just remembering that, what you put out there will come back to you tenfold, kind of thing. Now we get into the support system, and this one was a really weird one, so I decided to pull a clarifier, and then that made sense to me. So you do have the Eight of Cups. An Eight of Cups is a card where you don't feel emotionally fulfilled, so you turn your back and walk away from that situation or person or whatever it is in order to find what does fulfill you. And this is your support system. So I wanted to know, hey, what is this really about? And then I got the Three of Swords. So what this tells me is that in the past, you may have leaned on someone too much for advice or direction on movement and going forward, and you got burned by it. It didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. And I will tell you why that was, because this is really your support system or is going to talk about your support system. So what really happened with that is, you know, when you take advice from other people on how to do something, or you lean on someone a little too much, they tend to give you advice or encourage you to do the things in a way that they would do them. And that led to unfulfillment. And that led to things not working out right for you because you were trying to fit into their mold, not yours. So your support system is the structure. This is the tool that helps you stay grounded and focused. And that is creating your own path, doing things the way you feel, using that Knight of Cups energy, that intuition, and letting that guide you on how to move forward in your career, in creating wealth and abundance for yourself. It's really dancing to the beat of your own drum versus trying to find someone else's rhythm. It's finding your own rhythm. And that is your support system. You are your support system. Long way of saying that. And then we get into your next action, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is karma. What goes around comes around, but it's also good luck and having support that way. And this is the practical step that you can take this month to live your purpose more fully. And with the Wheel of Fortune, that is telling me it's like it's the wheel. It's the wheel that's constantly turning, right? It's like if things have been standing still, it is time to get them going, get that wheel turning. First, the universe is going to be supporting you in your actions, but it's time for you to stop planning and start doing is really what I'm seeing here with your next action. And that's the practical step that you can take is start, get up and do it. Just do it. And then finally, your legacy vision you have is the Hierophant. So this is the long-term contribution or career path that feels most aligned with your soul's mission. As the Hierophant, this is you really being the guru. That is your legacy vision. This is you being the master of whatever it is that you do, okay? Or that you're called to do. This is you being the go-to person. You are the one providing the advice. You are the one that is, taking on the disciples. You are the Hierophant. You are the one with the knowledge and the resources and that long-term wisdom and that wisdom that comes through practical application and experience and knowledge and study and all of those things coming together. And that really is your legacy vision that aligns with your soul's mission, is being that master, being the person that people come to for advice or information. And that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Scorpio, before you go, take a moment to reflect on those first three cards from this reading and write out your purpose statement. So your core strength, your motivating value, and the impact you are here to make. Let this be something that you can return to when you're making career or money decisions. Purpose isn't something you chase, it is something you align with. Thank you for being here, for running with the pack, and for trusting the process. I'm Heather. This is Dogstar Astrology and Tarot, and I will see you in the next reading.